friends, Kevin here, and today we're at the Instant Ramen Museum in Yokohama, Japan, and I'm going to be taking you through the history of ramen, showing you an amazing ramen food court, and we will be making our own cup ramen. This is the Instant Ramen History Cube, showcasing the first original ramen, going through the ages of different ramens, until when you turn around completely, where we are today. This was one of my favorite parts of the museum. Seeing the different packaging for all of these different ramens is incredible, and we really leaped in 2005 with my favorite, UFOs. History of Cup Ramen Museum movie theater, where they will showcase a movie about cup ramen history, English subtitles.
From humble beginnings to space, the story of cup noodles. In 1958, amidst the post-war economic hardship in Japan, a man named Momofuku Ando invented a revolutionary food item. You know what that was, folks? It was the ramen. But not any kind of ramen, the instant ramen. In a shed he built in the backyard of his home, Ando began research into how ramen can be quickly prepared and eaten on the go with only hot water. He cobbled together all of the tools and set out 5 development objectives. The first and most important one, that the noodles must have a delicious taste and that people will not get tired of. Next, it had to be non-perishable so that they could be stored in household kitchens. They also must be quick and easy to prepare. And furthermore, they must be inexpensive. And finally, they must be safe and sanitary. But now see, Ando was a failed inventor, and achieving this storage sustainability and convenience was the highest barrier for Ando. One day, Ando went into the kitchen when his wife was deep frying tempura, and he noticed that the flour coating placed in the hot cooking oil was giving off moisture, making bubbles around the tempura pan. This was the answer. Apply the principle of tempura preparation to noodles. Ando promptly fried some noodles in oil and found that the moisture in the noodles was forced out by high-temperature oil. These noodles, which were nearly completely dehydrated, did not deteriorate or decompose, even when stored long-term. Ando realized that he had something golden on his hands. That golden thing was ramen. But the packaging wasn't perfect, so Ando's inspiration for cup noodles came from his observation of how people in Japan ate instant ramen noodles. They would often break the noodles into a bowl, add hot water, and eat it with chopsticks. Now, Ando wanted to spread chicken ramen worldwide, and in 1966 he set out on an inspection trip to Europe and the US. And during a visit with the buyers for a supermarket chain in the US, he saw the managers in the office divide a block of ramen into different paper cups. They added hot water and began eating it with forks. And then, there you have it. The idea for noodles in a cup that could be eaten with a fork began. And that's the story of Cup Noodle. And of course, Ando never lost his enthusiasm for product development, so in his declining years, at the tender age of 91 years old, he developed space food. He served a project team that perfected the Space Ram, instant noodles that could be consumed in space. Ingenious. He truly was a genius, and that is why we celebrate him today.
Once the Cup Noodle Museum movie is complete, they lead you out the door to the creator's workspace. Come along. Now that we know the story of cup ramen, this place is actually super neat to see. You can see all the ramen drying out. Once you go inside this little wooden shack, you can see a little deep fryer on the left as well, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm not sure if this is a one-to-one replica of how this place actually looked. I'll put a photo up over here on the right, but this place is super cute.
Never back down, never what?
Never give up. Once you're done in here, there's actually a ton of photo spots, and this place is an absolute heck of a good time. Great for knowledge, great for a good photo op, and boy am I hungry. They have a whole ramen food hall. So let's head on down to the International Ramen Food Hall, order from a vending machine, and try some foods from around the globe, ramen style. So this ramen hall is actually super adorable, and there's so many different types of ramen stalls for you to choose from. There's 8 in total, each specializing in their own kind of dish, or if you just want a traditional small chicken ramen, that's an option. The soup I decided to go with is from China. It is like a stewed beef ramen, and it looks out of control. There's coriander on there, slivered onions, that stewed beef, the ramen noodles, and I put a ton of crushed Szechuan chili peppers on there. It looks, my mouth's watering. I'm very excited to try this. I might get another bowl. I'm gonna start with the broth itself. The broth itself is now covered in those spices, and I'm doing a little melange of everything. I'm gonna show you guys the broth. The broth itself is so fatty from the beef. And you can see that. Woo, those chili crisps are sitting on top as well. Just gonna dive right in. Oh, that's piping hot. And that beef broth is insane. So good. I'm not a fan of ramen. I'm really not. But I'm a huge fan of cup noodles. The broth is delicious. It is to die for. And those noodles have a nice al dente consistency, similar to like a spaghetti noodle in terms of texture. And it's just absorbing the flavor of the broth and the coriander. This beef cube. So fatty. And absolutely melts in your mouth. So good. Green onions. Terrific bowl of soup right here. I'm gonna need to try another bowl of soup from somewhere. This is incredible. Okay, I couldn't leave here without trying one more noodle dish. So I went with the spaghetti. I don't know what possessed me to get the spaghetti, but I got the spaghetti. There is some sort of meat. I assume it's pork. There's some mushrooms in there. There's one piece of a basil leaf and spaghetti noodles. Very, very nice. I'm gonna dive right into this. They also had a little spicy oil at the front, which I put a little bit on. I'm just gonna dive in and grab a piece here that has a little bit of the mushrooms. Whole big bite. Piping hot. Piping hot. Ooh. Okay. I don't know what I was expecting from a spaghetti at a cup noodle museum for 500 yen. Well, this is a decent spaghetti. I'm not offended. My bowl is empty, and I think it's time for dessert. Curry cup noodle soft serve ice cream. The toppings are on top, and I think those toppings might be candy.
No.
Nope. It's actual freeze-dried curry ramen topping. And the ice cream itself, as you guessed it, it is a soft serve, and it is a curry soft serve. Oh. It's like super weird. I'm trying to find something nice. No. Okay, the ice creams are nice, but the toppings, some of the fish cakes on there, ugh. I don't know if I like it. I'm gonna eat it, but I don't know if I like it.
Am I gonna like it?
Okay, that curry one is a no. So here's some shaved ice, blueberry shaved ice, traditional, soft, pillowy, snowy, covered in blueberry. Oh, that's unbelievable.
Go buy your own.
That texture just falls apart. Shaved ice. Terrific. Cat has taken the shaved ice away from me. And it now belongs to her, so I'm gonna be here eating my curry ice cream. So there you have it. Ramen curry. Ice cream flavor, bad. Ramen curry, regular, very good. Outside of that is the playground. If you have kids, they're gonna love this spot. But one spot that everybody loves is making their own ramen. So let's go to that section of this museum. And now, time for a fun, interactive part of this museum. Making your own cup noodle. There's plenty of different options for you to choose from, different flavors, different toppings, but you know what? Everything's customizable, even the cup. So let's go through the stages, starting with step number 1. You pay 500 yen for a cup. And 500 yen ain't bad. That's an absolute bargain because then you get all of the markers that you want to design your custom cup. This one was mine, and Kat spent a little bit more time on hers and made hers so much better. Big W, Kat. Sheesh. Shameless YouTube plug. Step 3 is a fun one. Ever wondered how the ramen sits perfectly at the bottom of the cup? Well, they use a spinning technique. Look at this little machine, designed only to spin some ramen. The ramen is placed upside down, the cup goes into the machine, and then you give it a quick turn, and it plops to the bottom, giving you enough space to fill it up with all of your toppings, which will lead us to our next station. The next station will give you 4 options of toppings that you can choose from to make your own custom ramen cup. Curry. Pork. Pork. No, pork. Pork. Egg. Very nice. Now, just a reminder, these cups do expire within 3 months, so make sure that you eat them by the time you get home. Step 5 and 6. The lid pops on and the whole thing gets shrink wrapped. This is the packaging phase. Step 7, the oven seals the shrink wrap, and then it gets spit out on the other side, where we grab our custom-made ramen cup and head on over to the second packaging phase, ensuring that it stays safe in a protective, cool bubble container that you can wear. Sheesh. Very cool. We had a wonderful time at the Cup Noodle Museum. We learned a whole bunch, and we made ramen. For more food, travel, gaming, and more.
Give us a subscribe.
Bye for now.